So let's say the producer decides to use a combination of estrus detection and fixed time AI. What type of protocols are there that have been shown to work? What should this producer consider?
Okay, very good. There's a variety of protocols that are available for dairy heifers. Again, I would recommend that producers have in mind to work with an idea of we want to inseminate animals as soon after they're eligible as possible. So in the case of, let's say, like a 5-day CEDAR timed AI program, essentially you would insert the CEDAR before the animal's eligible, so that when the CEDAR is removed, then that animal comes into heat. There are some animals that come into heat before day 2 when GnRH and timed AI is scheduled, and that's fine. We can go ahead and inseminate those animals. Animals that we don't see, we can push through timed AI. And that protocol is very nice and very compact. Compact meaning across the calendar. So that works very well. It works very well with sex semen. There's some recent data from Wisconsin-Madison using sex semen with that data. Works very well. Conventional semen, it also works well. University of Florida and Illinois have done some of those protocols over the years with dairy heifers. Other more simpler protocols are the ones that we mentioned earlier. The use of luteolize, the use of prostaglandin, and then heat detection. We can also potentially use a 14-day CEDAR protocol, where animals are given a CEDAR for 14 days, then the CEDAR's removed, and then we are in a holding pattern for about 16 more days, because that first ovulation is non-fertile because of a held follicle. But 16 days later, after removal of the CEDAR, you give a prostaglandin injection, and then you can time AI those animals, or you can do estrus detection. And the nice thing about the 14-day CEDAR is that these animals will hold their cyclicity very well, and close to 100% can be identified in estrus. Okay, you have to be very good and very diligent at doing that. The downside, of course, with the 14-day CEDAR protocol is that you're working for a month, essentially, ahead of the day of eligibility. And that is a downside. One of the things that producers really need to consider, and heifer ranch owners really need to consider, is the labor aspect. These protocols are labor intensive. However, they are very good, and they do give you the results that you should get from them. But we have to recognize the implementation of a synchronization protocol on, let's say, a heifer ranch that has 1 employee per 1,000 heifers or so. That can be very difficult. So it'll take some management of personnel and some appropriate management of the cows. But I think long-term, producers will be very happy with their results. And even more important, drilling down further, they'll be happy because they are getting heifers pregnant sooner after eligibility.